Today on Mr. Media, I'll talk to actress JERI RYAN, now starring alongside Dana Delaney in ABC's new series, Body of Proof, but perhaps best known to a generation of young men as 7 of 9 on Star Trek Voyager. Stick around. 7 of 9? More like 12 out of 10.
Hey, did you know that you can listen to the latest Mr. Media on your phone with the Stitcher app? Stitcher is smart radio for your smartphone. Mr. Media is on demand and on the go with Stitcher. Download Stitcher for your phone today. Get the free download at Stitcher.com. That's STITCHER.com.
So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is the Mr. Media Interview. You know, MrMedia.com, MRMedia.com. Stop by and check it out. There are nearly 700 archived celebrity interviews for your listening pleasure. The show is brought to you today by Audible. Audible is offering Mr. Media listeners a free audiobook download with a 14-day trial to give you a chance to check out their amazing service. You can choose a free audiobook from Audible's library of tens of thousands of titles, including today's top bestsellers such as Bossy Pants by Tina Fey, Sarah Gruen's Water for Elephants, or even The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. You can even download the biography of comic book and graphic novel legend Will Eisner, A Spirited Life. I wrote and I read that one. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/radio. Again, that's audibletrial.com/radio for your free audiobook. Mr. Media is recorded live before a studio audience of Star Trek geeks who might not have gotten a life when William Shatner told them to, but would have bathed and even used soap if JERI RYAN had asked, in the new media capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida.
You are strong. You will make an excellent mate.
Dear listener, this interview is so not about you. I've got the next 10 minutes to talk, flirt, with JERI RYAN. Put yourself in my shoes. Don't. Who would you be thinking about? Me or you? Me. JERI RYAN was sent to us from the stars. Okay, the Borg, 15 years ago. But that first sight of the former Miss Illinois in a skin-tight suit is as fresh today as it was the moment she first entered the bridge of Star Trek Voyager. As George Sulu Takei might say, oh my. This Northwestern grad's presence gave a franchise that was teetering many more years on the outer edges of the universe. Well, somewhere. I never quite grasped that part. And ever since then, TV producers everywhere have turned to her for little JERI RYAN magic. Voyager's engines were barely cold before she joined Boston Public for 3 seasons. She co-starred opposite James Wood on Shark, and even did a couple episodes of 2.5 Men. Winning, indeed. Now this stunning woman and skilled actress is co-starring as Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Kate Murphy, opposite Dana Delaney on the new ABC series Body of Proof, which airs Tuesdays at 10 p.m. JERI RYAN, welcome to Mr. Media.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about your role on Body of Proof.
I play Dr. Kate Murphy, who is the first female chief medical examiner in Philadelphia. So she's a smart cookie, and she's kind of a tough broad in her own right. But what I love about her is she's not sort of the stereotypical, ice queen boss who's wagging her finger at everybody all the time. She's got a lot more empathy for not only the victims and their families, but also the people that work for her. Mm-hmm. So she's a lot more human, and I love that about her.
And you and Dana Delaney are both strong women. You've always played strong roles. What's it like working with her on the show?
Oh, Dana's awesome. I mean, of course, she's a wonderful actress, but she's also a broad, so she's really, really fun. We have a lot of laughs.
Had you two ever met before the show?
No, not prior to this.
And clearly the show is built around Dana. How often do you two interact, and when will there be some stories featuring your character?
Well, they interact fairly often. I mean, they work on some pieces together. They consult with each other frequently. There's, a lot of interaction as the piece goes on. And then the personal lives kind of get a little, how can I say it without giving anything away? So it gets interesting.
Well, Is it tough coming in this time of year with a new show, or is it maybe a better opportunity to catch people's attention than starting in September?
I think it's actually easier on the actors in a number of ways. I think it's better for the show because, it's not 11,000 new shows all at once, and also for us as actors, when you're on a new show that's airing in the fall, so it's airing while you're shooting. So every week, you're coming in, looking at the numbers, and you're going into work every day. Do we still have a job? Are we working tomorrow? Are we shooting another episode? And that's a lot kind of sitting on your shoulders while you're trying to do good work. For us, we finished our 13 episodes for the first season in December. So we were able to shoot everything without that sort of cloud hanging over us every day. We knew that we were shooting our 13 and we were done. So when we were working, we could just concentrate on the work. And that was kind of a luxury, actually.
I was thinking about this and thinking about all the shows you've been on. Voyager was obviously a big influence on your career, but I'm guessing that aside from William Shatner, you've probably done more episodic TV than anyone else who's passed through Starfleet in all these years.
Possibly, yeah. I think that's probably true, yeah.
Why do you think TV's been a good fit for you all these years?
You know what? I think a lot of it is I've been really lucky, and I was very worried about that, frankly, when I signed on to Star Trek, because it's kind of notorious for pigeonholing its actors, and they don't really break out beyond that. And a lot of them have incredibly successful directing careers and things like that, but you don't really, as you mentioned, Bill Shatner, but you don't really see a whole lot of the other actors doing a lot of other acting work. And I was very nervous about that, but I was, that fear was allayed pretty quickly when we wrapped, and I was able to jump onto Boston Public, and David Kelly created that role for me. So then I know I was going to be okay. You know what I mean? So I've been really lucky.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. Was it important in choosing Boston Public immediately after Voyager to be seen as an actress and not just another pretty, everything?
Yeah, absolutely, of course. And he's an incredibly gifted writer, and is known for creating really interesting women and quirky and funny, and that was a show that I thought was brilliant to begin with, and so that was a big part of it.
And I have to ask you, as I do the math, I'm guessing your son is now a teen, mid-teen. Yeah. Was it weird when he got introduced to 7 of 9, and now as he's older, for his son, for your son's friends to know that his mom is 7 of 9?
Yeah, they do, and it's kind of cool. But I got to be honest, Mortal Kombat for them, the new project, is infinitely more cool for them. That ups my cred with my son's friends by about tenfold.
It's hard to believe anything could be cooler than something on Star Trek, but I guess it's a generation has passed.
Well, there are, in all fairness, I won't say that, because there are a lot of young fans who are growing up with Star Trek as well, and are incredibly enthusiastic and incredibly passionate about it, and it's awesome. But his friends are all gamers, so this is their kind of thing. This is their genre.
Well, and speaking of teenage boys, before we have to let you go, you did a couple episodes of 2.5 Men. I have to ask you, and I'm sure I'm not the first, do you even recognize this year's Charlie Sheen compared to the guy that you worked with a couple years ago?
It just it makes me sad. You're watching somebody going through a really, really, really difficult time, really, really publicly, and it's hard. That's hard to watch.
So, what's next for you? There's 11 episodes of Body of Proof?
We've got, I think we just aired our 4th episode, so there'll be 9 more episodes.
Oh, 9, I'm sorry.
Yep.
And
Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is online, and then we'll see.
Very good. Well, folks, you can watch Jeri Ryan opposite Dana Delaney in Body of Proof every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. only on ABC. And Jeri Ryan, thank you so much for joining us on Mr. Media today.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
For more original interviews with your favorite TV stars, surf over to our main website, mrmedia.com, mrmedia.com. If you've enjoyed today's show, subscribe for free to Mr. Media via email, RSS, or iTunes, and you'll never miss a show. You can also listen from the periphery of the universe with a piece of string and a tin can in many locations. Show your support of Mr. Media by supporting our sponsors, including Audible. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/radio. Again, that's audibletrial.com/radio for your free audiobook. We're also supported by thepartyauthority.us. Call DJ Ira for all your party entertainment needs nationwide at 1-800-DIAL-DJs or visit their website, thepartyauthority.us. If you've got an idea for a guest to comment on today's show or would like to advertise on Mr. Media Radio, email me directly at bob@mrmedia.com. You can also follow Mr. Media on Facebook, Twitter, or our new YouTube video channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Always appreciate when you give a piece of your day and spend it with Mr. Media. Thanks for listening.
Hey, everybody, this is Kevin.com Brown from the Emmy Award-winning 30 Rock, and you know what? I wish I had 30 rocks to throw at Mr. Media's ass. Yeah!